How's everybody doing? This is Mr. Aaron from the House of Aaron, one of your middle class millionaires, and we're doing study hall tonight. So welcome people want to hang out in YouTube. Still trying to get this Facebook thing to work right. Let's see what's going on with it. But definitely welcome you on tonight. We're gonna let our brother, Mr. D, introduce himself.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? This is Mr. D, Mr. DNA Vacations. Hey, happy to be here with y'all. Let's go pro tonight.
So as you hear, we're going pro tonight, and of course, we provided some links for you all. You can check it out. There's some links there that you can get access to what we're about to be looking at. We're talking about the introduction and also chapter 1 of the famous book. Make sure both cameras can get it. There we go. Go Pro, 7 steps to becoming a network marketing professional. So let me see. This whole Facebook, because I don't have Apple products. Of course, I'm not up on how to properly set up this Facebook Live, but everybody said it's working now. I don't know if they did a beta test or what have you, but I thought it was all the way live. So let me go ahead and try to get in there. I thought I could do the Facebook Live now. So if you guys are looking for a replay or you want to join us live, you can always go to my page. My personal page is middleclassmillionaire.pw. You click on live hangouts. You'll be able to see the replays, and you'll also get an invitation to join us on Facebook. I mean, that way you don't have to be people feel pressure when they got to fill out the forms and all that stuff, put in their name and the email. That's not what we're about. We're trying to make sure that we connect with like-minded individuals. You can join us on Facebook in the Team for Millionaire Facebook group. And also in that Facebook group, when you come to the when you click on live hangouts in that Facebook group, you'll be able to see the links for chapter 1 and the introduction. So I still did not discover how to do this. I even did a test one the other day just to make sure I could do it, and what happened? It's still not working for me. So we could go ahead without it. Oh, I think I found it. Yes, there we go. I just put in we are live for study hall. Join us. And then I probably need to make sure I put his name, because I don't want Eric Worre to come looking for me, talking about some you got all my content, I ain't get no credit for it. Eric Worre GoPro book, and we said chapter 1 or the introduction and chapter 1. They actually giving this stuff away for free right now. Eric Worre is giving it away. You just gotta pay shipping and handling. I guess he printed out so many copies and he getting so much value off of it. You get the ebook, you get the audio book, and you get the paperback book. It's the package I got. It was about $6 or something like that, $6.95. It didn't take long. Got my book, got the ebook, got the audio book. The link shall be provided. It's provided, I believe, in the description on the YouTube video. So let's see. So introduction in chapter 1. I'm gonna tag my other profile because I want both profiles to be tagged on this live stream, and then I'll go live. That's how you do it. Aha! I'm back again. I should be going live in our exclusive Facebook group. In our exclusive Facebook group, the Team for Millionaires. It says connecting. It says I can't start. Are you serious? Let's see what it does now. Got my notebook. I'm in a closed group. It says go live, folks. 3, 2, 1, and it's showtime. Now we officially started. We have myself, Mr. Aaron from the House of Aaron. As you can see, yes, I'm in a daycare and we're about education. So we're going to do study hall on the book written by Eric Worre, GoPro. All three cameras got it. GoPro. It's the 7 steps to becoming a network marketing professional. We're going to cover chapter 1, and we're going to also cover the introduction because the introduction actually has some important information in there. Let me go through my notes. Go through the notes. Got to turn my pages. I got to get ready to take notes because I know if someone joins us on this call, or if myself and Mr. D conversing, something is going to come out of this that I wasn't expecting, right? So I need to have my notes ready. Hey, what's going on, Gene? If you look in that group, man, we have the links there that you can actually get that get those two links and download. I don't know if you can download them, but you can definitely see or hear. You'll probably, I think it's the audio version. The links are for the audio version of GoPro Chapter 1 and the introduction. Let me just see, because I know I have the links. I know I have links. Yep, it was the audio version of the introduction and Chapter 1. So what we're about to do right now, we're about to dive into this book, man. We're about to dive into it. Hey, Gene, if you want to join us in the conversation, I could Facebook message you the invite to get on the panel, man. So if you want to get on the panel, you just hit me up if you're on Facebook, or you can leave your email on Periscope, or you could comment on the box. You could comment on the live page. You could do either one of those things if you're trying to join the panel and actually discuss this book. So, like I said, I have those two are down. Let me press done because I have the link for both of those, and make sure I got the ebook as well. But I didn't include the ebook in its entirety because we're gonna do it a little bit at a time. Give people the insight with the audio. Right, Mr. D, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Let me make sure I'm gonna invite one more person. Let's see. So you said post the book too. So you need the PDF for the book. So that way you can follow along. I'm actually gonna oh man, on Facebook Live, I don't think I can share the screen. So let me see if I can grab you the book link. I'm gonna post it in the Team for Millionaires site, the GoPro ebook. You're gonna share the link right here. It's working up the link. I'll copy the link. So that way, for those who are in that Team for Millionaires site, that Team for Millionaires group, they will get access straight to the book. And for those who want to join us, I'm actually going to probably cut and paste the link to get people on the panel. And my Facebook, of course, everything is running slow right now. I'm using all the bandwidth. You know, you got to upgrade your bandwidth around here. It says I'm pulling on everything. So I'm gonna open up my book. I got my notebook ready to get notes. Gene, I'm about to post that. Share my Facebook, and everything stop acting so slow. You get a live. You get the what's that? You get a link to the ebook, which is definitely here we go. So that way I could probably close Facebook on my laptop. Boom. There it is for you, Brother Eugene. And I'm also going to put in the link for those who want to join on the panel in the Team for Millionaires site. So let me find that. What's my invite? My invite link. Copy that. So that way we can get this thing started. All right, there we go. So the introduction. I'm not going to read the whole thing, even though it's rather short. It's rather short. Did you get it, D?
Yeah. Looked
Like
at
even though it's
it
rather
again.
short. Huh? You say you read it to the end?
No, I said I'm looking at it again.
Okay.
It's worth repeating.
Yeah, man. Because what? How many pages you gotta go back to get to chapter 2? You only gotta go 20 pages in to cover the introduction, which that doesn't have page numbers, and chapter 1. So he basically started off by giving us a story, telling us what he was doing to get started with everything, right? He basically gave us a story and about him and his dad and their partner. They were already entrepreneurs, so they had a head start. Now everybody doesn't come to the table with already doing something in the entrepreneurial world, right? So that was one of the things they had as an advantage. For them, they were already running a business, so it had was already different than others. So that's one of the first notes I took was that they were able to. They had the mindset already. You know, they were already running their small real estate company, so they had a mindset. So that's when we had the introduction, when he was talking about the day he was introduced way back in 1988. Talk about this ain't something that popped up overnight, right? And when I did my highlights, I don't know if everybody got their highlighter ready because I have my pen with my notebook and I have my book with my highlighter. I got all my tools. I got all my tools right there. Pen, notebook, highlighter, paperback book. Something tangible I can flip over. I can flip the pages with. So my first highlight in this book was when I got started, I treated my business like most people do, which is to say, I didn't treat it like a business at all.
Hmm. Hmm.
Do you find that to happen often, Brother D? Do you find that to happen
Yeah.
often?
It when you start that business, it don't pay the bills, baby. Uh,
Does not pay the bills in the beginning. You got to grind
yeah.
for this. You got to have a budget. You got to keep pouring money, and people don't realize. Guess what? When you working 9 to 5 and you working for wages, you still got to pour money into being in business to work 9 to 5. You got to commute. You got to get gas.
Right.
Like when I quit my job back in 2012, I was paying $175 on average a week for gas. $175 or more, rather, not on average. That was on the low end. $175 just in gas to go to work. And then my son was just born, so that would mean that the quotes for daycares was $350. So just imagine how much money was going out the house, just routine life, driving to work, driving to different sites for work, and as well as paying for daycare. Not for me, right? So he talked about people coming into network marketing and not treating it like a real business. If you invest, you are definitely in business, whatever company you're going with. So you should treat it as such. My daycare, I'll be watching over the paperwork. I'm watching over the meal count, doing all that stuff. I'm like, oh, this how much food they consuming. This how much food they consume. This how much food weight they consume. It's almost like a restaurant when you're talking about lunches and snacks and everything else, about what they eat and what they throw away. And this healthy food, healthy snack initiative, I don't know how people, I don't, hey, we're trying it, but guess what? We throw away a lot of these vegetables out here, them strange fruits. Try to give children 4 and under star fruit and see what happens, right? Passion fruit, see what happens. Try, I don't even eat okra. And I could not set the example that day. I was like, hey, we got some okra here, but no, hey, I don't want to eat it. I know okra good for some people. So that was one of the key points right there. As we said, most people treat their business like it's not a business. It's a hobby.
Yep.
It's a lottery ticket. You know, people love that lottery ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want some? Oh, sign me up. Sign me up. I'm gonna probably bring 2 people. I'm gonna look around, wait around, and see what happens. See if any money fall into my lap.
Yep. Somebody gonna do the work.
Right.
I,
Every business you have to do work or you're gonna fail.
I
You
make.
go to your job and sit under your desk and see how fast you get removed. So the other problem was this was my next highlight. The people don't treat it like a business. This is all in the introduction. This is his self-reflection on how he felt about network marketing. He was talking about that he started to blame everything and everyone. He was like, I blamed everyone for my lack of success. He blamed the upline, saying the upline not helping me. So after he finished blaming the upline, he blamed the company. He said the company not training nobody. Hey brother Eugene, what's going on? Welcome to
Hey,
the
bro,
panel.
what's happening, man?
Chilling. Then after he blamed the company, saying the company didn't do enough training, went on and said uh, he blamed the products. He blamed the products. He blamed the economy. He was blaming everybody but himself for his lack of success. A wise man. I can't remember who actually said it, so I'm gonna just go say a wise man. That's how you get out those quotes. You say a wise man once said, there's $1 billion available for every person on the planet, right?
All right.
Why is everybody not rich? So that's something major there. There is enough currency, is enough cash flow in the whole world for everybody to be a billionaire, but we see the disparity. Just like I told people before in college, when I got to Bowie State, the ratio was 32 to 1. 32 females to every one dude. Every dude can't get 32 girls. So
Yeah.
that's
What college was that?
at Bowie State University in Bowie, Maryland.
In Maryland?
Yeah.
Oh man, I see. My family from Delaware. They from the East Coast. They always told me to go back home.
And just like everybody can't get their $1 billion, Everybody couldn't get 32 girls. Everybody's not going to understand network marketing or
They,
any other business aspect to maximize your potential in your business, no matter what field you're in, no matter what business you're in. Even if you're in the working world, you're in the business of you. You got to maximize your potential. You got to go get all 32 girls. You got to go get your $1 billion, right?
I'd rather be chasing $32 billion than the 32-1 ratio of women.
It's 32 to 30. Well, whether it's 32 billion or 30, you could change it to anything. I mean, Grant Cardone said, "I'm not even thinking about money. If I needed to get post-it notes, I'm gonna go get 32 billion post-it notes if it's going to be worth it. So it's whatever you're focusing on." He says
Yeah,
it's available. Everything that people are searching for is available to them, right?
right.
So what he said was, uh, he failed time and time again. He kept blaming everybody. He was like, but the only way he could get money was to create some cash flow, and that was how you could create some good cash flow was through network marketing and other marketing skills, right? You gotta know how to do your sales and everything else.
That's Grant Cardone.
No, that's from
Eric
Eric
Worre.
Worre. Grant Cardone would say you gotta sell something and you better sell it 10 times more than what you expect of doing because he 10x everything. He 10x on everything.
What did he say? He said 10. What? What do you mean? What do you mean 10 times? Sell the, like if I have a pen, sell 10 pens compared to 1 pen? What does that mean?
Right. So you maximize you maximize everything that you're trying to do by whatever the baseline goal is. You make sure you 10x it. So if you want to if you want to do a whole like you do a wholesaler, if your goal was to do
One wholesale. Okay, I need it. My goal should be doing 10 wholesale deals, not just one. I need to get 10. Okay, it makes sense. Max out. Yeah, that's what brother Dare talks about, maxing out.
and
Do not let your minimum be your maximum.
yeah, brother Duro is he's a big Grant Cardone fan as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because he actually buys the 10x planners and all that. I'm not on that level yet, but I'll be looking to get to that level because the 10x planner has specific lines in there that you write your goal every day.
Mm-hmm.
With these 99-cent books, the 10x planners cost about it costs money. But these spiral notebooks I get is 99 cents from Target or Staples.
Okay.
It's not set up.
Yeah, I'm gonna check you out, man. I was actually looking up some properties so I can max out what I seen you on that live stream. So I said, man, Aaron got a lot going on, and he's still working. So his mind is in the right spot, man. That's a lot to take on, man.
I mean, I know my son is only a week old now, but it's like, dude, I'm doing this so he don't have to do it.
Right, right.
Unless he chooses to, and he'll do it. When he do it, he'll jump in at a different level. He won't jump in at the bottom.
Right. You already have the platform built and the foundation laid out. I hear you, man.
That's right. He put it in the cheat code. He go up, down, left, right, A, B, A, B.
Uh-huh.
And then as long as
We start.
it's a press the start button, and he's already on another level than everybody else. But back to Eric Worre, he talked about after those 3 years, he was discouraged. He kept failing. Like his business was crashing. He had to build it again and again, time after time. And he said, "Well, it was actually a combination of two things." And what was those two things? He said he had to figure out when the lights came on for him. He had to figure out who was an expert on the topic, and how could he become an expert himself, right? I mean, that's why we look at. I know myself and Brother Eugene. We look at Brother Darrell every day. He's been doing it for 25 years, trying to be a master of this situation, of these fields, of this situation, right?
Right.
And how else can you accelerate your path if you're not following the leader? Eric Worre has been doing it. He said, Eric Worre said 88. but he came from a family business before that. He said 1988. So this man got some time on his. He got some time on him, right? And he been straight network marketing. He didn't get it from other places. He been straight up network marketing that whole time. So when he decided to change his focus and develop his skills to become a network, he said, "I'm gonna change." He said he's gonna change focus. He became focused on it. He didn't go shiny ball syndrome. This is what's hot. This is what's trending. He said, "I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna stay there until I'm gonna be focused until I'm a professional."
Network marketing professional.
That's what he wanted to be. He wanted to be a network marketing professional. Just like how you told me, I was like, "Come sign up for this." You was like, "No, I'm about to learn how to do this wholesaling." And that, like, you went in. Now you already got some deals on play because you focused. You didn't go for the shiny ball syndrome.
Yeah.
That's making me scale back a little bit.
Yeah, man. I've been opportunities been coming left and right, and it's like I'm already a part of OneCoin network marketing, and then wholesaling is my main thing for capital and regarding of creating passive residual income. So, a lot of, and then also I'm assisted with the Black Business Showcase, and also with Dr. Claude Anderson, Brother Daryl Muhammad's coming and speaking at that event. We have him with the 8 to 20 minute time slot to speak, and then we have Texas Black Pages here. With Texas, we're registering the Black-owned businesses here within Texas. So, those are my main priorities and focus, and I'm trying not to let anything get in the way. I had somebody, yeah, I know you heard of ACN. We was talking about that the other day, and I was like, man, I want to get in it. Almost got hit with the shiny coin. He was like, I'll pay for you to get in. And I was like, man, I had to fall back because, if I'm going door to door trying to get businesses to set up, that's just going to block me from maxing out in regarding to wholesaling and driving for dollars, because not a lot of people do it. There's a lot of people doing it on there. They're still virtual wholesaling, and which is very lucrative. Don't get me wrong. But in regarding of Darren Muhammad's course, his most lucrative deals with doing driving for dollars. So that's where it's at.
And I'm also going to try to get into that too. That's going to be one of my slots. But
You can do it. You can do it. Mark Whitten, he's out there in Baltimore, and he's killing the game in regarding the wholesaling, and then, that's what really actually sparked the seed in my head, because I seen a video he did, and he's from Baltimore. So I just went ahead and linked up with Brother Daryl, and he was posting information. So I said, okay, let me go ahead. The time is now. I went ahead and acted on it. And
Mark Whitten?
Yeah, Mark Whitten. He's out of Baltimore. He has YouTube videos. He's on Facebook. He has his own ebook, and I mean he's out there doing marvelous things in the business.
See, that's why we come to places like this, because you just gave me a resource that's local to me that I can reach out and connect with.
Right there in your city, man. Right there in your city. And you know what, crazy Aaron? I know we working on this audio course, and I had somebody try to throw a little salt, and it was like, oh, you gotta watch out for this stuff because it's a scam and you need a license and all this. You do not need a license to sell your car, do you?
No, you don't need to be a car salesman to do that.
No, you don't. And you don't need a license to sell your house. You don't need that. People can sell their house on their own. So you just gotta understand that and not second guess yourself, because all it's going to do is just limit your time of acting. That's what happened. That was going on with me. And then when I fully just went out, Mr. Muhammad just said, "What are you waiting on?" Went out there and did it, man. And I went and did it every day and found that house. So yeah, I got some more that I'm going to be looking up after we get off this live stream. That's what I was actually doing, but I wanted to come out here and check you out and see what you was working with.
We appreciate it, man. We appreciate you being here. So, Brother D, you good over there?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I'm good.
Brother D got a whole bunch of books back there.
Yeah, that man got knowledge.
Yeah.
Got a
I'm working on it, man. I'm a little behind, but I'm catching up. I have Robert Kiyosaki's book, Second Chance, and I believe my next book is gonna be Grant Cardone, Sold or Be Sold, and then I'm getting Mark Wingo's book. I'm about to purchase his book too, so I'm working on it.
yeah. You know, I got the soul be sold for you.
Oh, you
I'll
already
hook
have
you up.
that?
Yeah, I'll hook you up with that after we get off of here.
Okay, cool.
All right. So back to what Eric Worre was talking about. He was talking about he going to make this his career. Like he had to change his mindset that it's not a hobby, it's not fun. He made it his career goal, and he wanted to have time freedom. I mean, a lot of people want to do that. They don't want to just be sitting there. Uh, they want time freedom. So learning from Eric Worre, we gotta make a commitment to this as a profession. We gotta respect it as a professional thing. I mean, guess what? My natural talent almost took me to Major League Baseball. Not not to the show, but they they wanted single A, they wanted double A, but nobody wouldn't invite me to triple A or nothing like that. I had like 3-day tryouts for professional teams. But guess what? I never worked out like independently. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in the weight room. I wasn't, because I don't like lifting weights. I wasn't running on the track, but I was getting these opportunities. Why wasn't I doing what I was supposed to do? But my friend, on the other hand, my friend who went to the NFL, I got a couple of friends that play NFL ball. Guess what they was doing all year round? They was
Training. Training every day, huh?
every day, all day. They was
Mm-hmm.
training. I
Yup.
was I was sitting there with a distraction, like, hey, I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna get there. I was just thinking I'm gonna get there because I'm Aaron Johnson, right? I'm like, I'm a man. I'm gonna get there. I got a couple offers to go to Mexico. I was like, I'm not going to Mexico. I'm too good for that. Guess what? I wasn't that good. I wasn't that good, and it showed up as I went up the ladder. When I was in high school, I had a certain level. I was feeling good. I got to college. I was like, oh, I'm all right. College got rid of the baseball team. I did no trainings. I got these invites to come out based on my numbers, and I failed to do it. I failed to do what I was supposed to do to be ready to go look for that contract. I sold myself short because I wasn't thinking about being a professional. I was not thinking about it.
Well, you know what, man. As long as you realize your mistakes and correct those patterns of behaviors and acting on it right now, man, you fine, man. The sky's the limit. Cause you know what, I didn't realize a lot of people they bust their head open and they bust it open again. They go bust it open again, and that's just what they decided, And that's like I see people doing that. I just like, okay, I have to let y'all go the direction that y'all going, which I have no problem with anybody's free will that they want to do. But, if I bust my head and I realize that hurts, I don't want to go that direction. So, you see what you did, so you can correct that, man. You fine, man. You still a young man. Dr. Claude Anderson is 83 years old, man. 83 years old, and he's still out here putting in work.
That's how it is. Like I don't know if it was Eric Worre or Earl Nightingale or what's that guy, Jim Rohn. I'm not sure which one I was talking about, but retirement is something that was made up. Like retirement, you're never really supposed to retire. You know,
Yeah, man. I was saying the same thing, Aaron. I don't even like the word retirement. I don't want to. Why would I want to just sit
when
and
would the work end? Like
yeah,
how does the work end? Like how do you come up with retirement?
yeah. I feel like that's a way of limiting the masses of the people to prevent them from maxing out. Oh, I'm retired. I got my check here. I'm good. I can only work so much to. If I do that, then it's gonna mess up my retirement or it's gonna mess up my disability. I get SSI and I get this, so I have to stay there. And it's everybody's getting all this money. It's like if they're making it, I can too. There's no reason
Right.
that
It makes people dependent. It makes people dependent on a system,
yeah.
as opposed to, they still have the ability to go out and get it.
Yeah, man. Listen, I mean, shoot, man. To me, it's like you can put whatever you mind to, man. No, man. It's crazy, man. And even though I haven't sold this property yet. I haven't, signed a contract over yet as of right now. But what they said, it could have. Oh, you can't do that. That's a scam. It's not real. And I got the contract. The contract's around here somewhere, Aaron. But it's besides the point, man. I got it down. I had the property in the contract at the escrow office, man. This stuff is real. People, they BSing, man. You know, you wanna work your day job all your life and live off of retirement and all that. Psh, that's you, man. Not me.
Right.
I'm here to get it, man.
Sorry, Brother Eugene. We like to welcome Brother Sharif.
What's up, Sharif?
Good evening. Good evening.
Hey, you was on the Periscope today, wasn't you?
Yeah, I get on every day. Try to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what we're trying to help folks understand. I believe Brother Eugene touched on it about you want to work your 9 to 5 every day. That's cool, but what are you setting up? What are you setting up? Something as little as we talk about $50 a week to $150 a week can set you up for a lifetime of stuff, man. You putting that away, because when I talk to my money professional, the one who the keeper of my books, my business bookkeeper, because I went and found a professional one.
You're right.
Sat me down. She told me some things, man. She was like, "Oh, if you do at least 5,600, if you save at least 5,600 a year, you'll be in this. Put it in a money market account or something similar, high interest account." I'm like, man, I need to figure out a way to do that. But I was like, I can't just leave it there. I had to go further, because guess what? I had to map it out. How much will I need? Not 5,600 a year. I'm gonna need 10,000 a year. I got the numbers written down. It's in my big notebook. But I want each of my children to have at least 10,000 when they turn 18. Hey, get a car, invest in a property, or
click off of stuff.
Hey, man, it's breaking up. It's breaking up. I'm gonna log back in.
All right.
Okay. Hey, can you say something real quick, Aaron? Because it was breaking up real bad. I don't know if I have a bad connection.
Oh, is it back now? You good now?
Okay. All right. Sounds a little bit better.
So
You said you want to leave on $10,000 or $10,000 in the CD?
yeah, I just wanted the kids. So for their 18th birthday, they could get their 10. Hey, what's up, Greg? They could get their 10,000, and then we could discuss on that'd be what they have outside of if they work in a job, or if they got a business set up. That'd be one of their springboards. Like, hey, this is startup money for whatever you want to do next. If you want to save it, if you want to buy a little piece of car and save the rest, because college, like all that other stuff, is going to be normal, but we got to give them something in their hand that they can start off with is tangible, right?
Right.
All the way loud. That's right, Brother Dawkins. So we're still going over the book. We just finished the introduction, Mr. Sharif. We just finished up the introduction of the book. So we can go over real fast for you. We started right there in the introduction. We talked about, he said when I got started, he treated his business like most people. They didn't treat it like a business at all. We want people to treat this like a real business. When you get into whatever business you get into, you got to commit to it like it's your corporation of yourself. Because we always talk about branding ourselves. So you need to make sure that you are committed to yourself as a business as well. So we talked about him blaming everything and everybody and how it all went down. And he turned to network marketing. We're not even suggesting that for you. We want, like we said, brand yourself in your specific niche with something that you're into, something that you're all about. Uh, like me with daycare, I'm branded deep in my daycare. Have the books out, have all this other stuff out. It's there, right? So
Right.
he said he told him it wasn't gonna be easy because in his first 3 years, he shut down, started up, had to rebuild his corporation, his team, time and time again, over and over again, repeatedly, right? It kept crashing.
Right.
And so he almost lost hope. He was discouraged and everything else. Like all these things happen. I'm getting some problems with the Facebook people. So he also talked about that he could just become an expert. You know, he was like, he's looking at program TV and seeing all these people as they call themselves as an expert. How can he be an expert? What can he be an expert in order to be the person up on stage? So he became an expert at network marketing, and he became focused. He said, "I'm gonna be a network marketing professional." So whatever it is that you're about, whatever field that you're in, if you like Brother D, if you're into vacation, you got to be a vacation professional. If you like Brother Eugene, if you want to be in the wholesale, you got to be a wholesale professional, right? You got to go out like Mr. Sharif. He's a teacher. He's a teacher. He's a professional in the classroom, and he's doing other things online, and he's a professional at that. It's, like I told you, I messed up because I wasn't acting like a professional athlete when I had the opportunity to be a professional athlete. I got to meet Manny Ramirez. I got to meet our pool hosts. They were real deal professionals. Our pool hosts, before practice, he hitting off a tee. That's something that's remedial. Something that's so beneath him in my mind. That's something that will be beneath Albert Pujols. Young Albert Pujols hitting off the tee 100 times off the tee before practice, 100 times off the tee after practice. He did this before games too. He's always prepared. He's a hitter, so what was he doing? He was hitting. Doing practice, after practice, before practice. He was leaving late. We sitting out there. They professionals. That's what they eat, sleep, and breathe. That sport. My buddy Tavon Mason, who went professional football, played for the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Young. When we were young in rec ball, people was talking about it. He was all about football. He in camps. He in camps all over. He was doing football camps time and time again. He went to the league. He went to the big show. He was trying to get out. There's a lot of people who do that stuff and don't make it. So, hey, you gotta be a professional with what you're doing. You gotta give it your all because opportunity is great, but your success will be. That was the wrapping up of the introduction about 7 steps to becoming a professional. No matter what you're in, marketing yourself, network marketing, wholesaling. If you're in the classroom, like, hey, you gotta be professional at what you're doing, right?
Cool.
So we get to chapter 1. Mr. Sharif, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Mr. D, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Eugene, you ready out there?
Yes, sir.
I told him I got all my tools, Mr. Sharif. We going like our brother, Brother Muhammad said. Brother girl Muhammad said, you gotta be an A student. Facebook said, YouTube said, Google said, I got the book. I got my highlighter. I got my pen. And I have my notebook to take notes because these brothers are definitely going to be doing some things that I'm going to be reflecting on and writing down some notes. I don't know if I lost Facebook or not. I don't know if it's still up.
Hey, do you have that book, Secrets to the Millionaire? Not Secrets to the Millionaire. Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna check it out.
Mindset.
No, Millionaire Mindset is that's the cards, right?
Yeah, I don't have the cards.
Yeah. See, I have the cards. Hold on. I'm checking out the book right now. Hold on. It's a
We
black.
have a lot of books.
Okay, the wealth choice. Success secrets of black millionaires.
No, I don't have that one yet. I definitely need to order that one. At least get it on PDF.
Okay.
Can I so a couple things real quick before we move on from the introduction. I'm sorry I got on late, but this has been on my mind. Um, the one thing that I like about what he said in the introduction was, and this is for people that are looking at network marketing, it's not that it's just better. And why? Because your percentage of being successful in it with becoming a professional is higher as far as being successful. Only because it puts in place some of the things that you need to be successful. For example, I've had my own business in one form or another since 2004, and it's extremely difficult to play every role in the business.
Right.
But when you have systems that are in place and you're just plugging into that system, that allows you to become a professional at that one part. Brother Daryl Muhammad always talks about if you want to increase your income, find something to sell, right? Become a professional salesman. So you can focus on that aspect if you find the right product, the right service that speaks to you, that you want to market. You can find that right product, that right service, and you can plug into a good system and be successful. And many of us can do that. And just the other thing, he talks about employing others. So part of my company, I have a contract where I move air conditioners. And it was interesting because I hired two young brothers from Morgan University. Neither one of them could find work this summer. Now my job is a part-time, it's a short contract, but at the same time, it's probably enough money to get those brothers through the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And that is probably the most powerful thing we can do is employ each other or provide employment for others, because that's just not there. And I remember what it was like struggling through college and looking for jobs in the summer when I was going to school. And for me to be able to do that is important. So that's what I'm working toward. And I think everything that we're doing in network marketing, you can find the right person with the right mindset, or who's willing to build the right mindset and help them grow into it. And the other thing, the time, 3 years. Well, we all know most people, if you're going to go to college, it's a 4-year degree. And they were just talking about in the news how most people coming out with 4-year degrees and they can't even pay back the student loans that it took to get the 4-year degree. So the education that you're putting in, the time that you're learning, the mindset that you're getting is worth it. It's going to take time. Hard work there's no shortcut to hard work. And it's going to take time. But we got to stop fooling ourselves into thinking if something doesn't work in 30 days, if something doesn't work in 90 days, because they say do a 90-day push, that's the end. And I think when everyone gets that into their mind, we can be much more successful as a community. So.
Indeed, indeed.
Couldn't find a mute button. But hey, brother Sharif, you hit that right on the head, man. Because I mean, you said it. People ain't paying back this thing, man. And most people, I know it took me 6 years to get out of school. I mean, I always talk about I was double major, but yeah, it took me 6 years to get out, and I wasn't able to catch a bachelor's in both of my majors. One of them had to settle for associates, and the other one I had to go bachelor of science. I wanted two bachelor of sciences, and it didn't work out for me. And you also touched on the other great point of when I study, I look up to in marketing. It all took them at least 5 years to break out. Like I'm talking about breaking out with the cash is thicker than this book. Like before they broke out with the big cash, it took them 5 years of failing. I'm talking about $600 and less a year on reported tax statements. It wasn't until the fifth year that the lights came on, and now they making one of them making. He posted his numbers. He posted it. He posted his numbers live. Was like, look, I'm averaging about 16,000 a week in my pocket. Another one, he hit. It was February. He hit $325,000 in cash. 325,000. I mean, they trying to get that billion. They one of them dudes on campus that I told you the ratio was 32-1. They one of them dudes on campus is getting 32 girls, and then they getting somebody else's girls. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's stuff. But before we get too far off topic, we gotta go to chapter 1, folks, because chapter 1 has the nitty gritty in there. If you don't have this, you probably got the ebook. You probably got the ebook by now or the audio book. We posted the audio version in the description, the audio links in the description in the chat box. The audio version is available. Both of those, and it's there for you, right? So, chapter 1, it says network marketing isn't perfect; it's just better. He said, do you feel there must be a better way when it comes to your work and the way you make your living? I believe all of us feel that it is, right?
Right.
Be on some kind of path that's confirming that it is. Yet a better way to make our living out here. So like I said, this study hall, anybody, we want to let one of y'all reflect on that question right there.
Well, you gonna take it, D?
No, you go ahead there. Please teach me.
Well, the thing is it a better way? Well, I just talked about a couple ways on how it's better. One, you control your destiny. Okay, as long as I go to work on any given day, they can decide that my services are no longer needed, and I have no control over that. Also, you only have one stream of income if you're solely dependent on your job. Even if you have a job, you need to develop more than one stream of income.
Mm-hmm.
So I have several streams of income set up, and I can change and become flexible, put more into, build up more if I have to, ramp up because I'm in control of those streams of income. You can leverage. There's no leverage at a job. The only person you're leveraging for is the person you're working for. Okay, you can leverage. I leveraged the young men, to be honest, at Morgan, right? I gave them a job, but I'm also leveraging their strength, leveraging their youth, because I don't have to carry those air conditioners up there. I can hire them to do it, But you can leverage if you're in that position. With network market, you leverage your team. You leverage the experience of your mentor and your upline, and you leverage the team that you're helping to build. Everybody wins. Okay, so that's why I feel it's better. And they say the average millionaire has 14 streams of income. So how can you ever want to become a millionaire with one stream of income?
Mm, that's most definitely, and I love how you speak that truth on there. That controlling something is what, is it better? Of course it's better. If folks didn't believe it was something out there better, then they wouldn't be looking. When you feel that you got the best that there is, there's no reason for you to even lift your head. There's no reason for you to even lift your eyes to look around anywhere else. But I think even some folks who won't even admit it, they always feel that there's something better. That they know that there's something missing. You know, it's like some things are just too nature to us. We know that there is something else available to us. We know that there's a better way. Even if we don't know what the way is, we can feel it. You know, we can feel it that is out there. And having that control, like you said, Mr. Sharif, I think that's one of the definite ways. It's so much better because, like brothers was talking about earlier, you want to be able to maximize. You don't want nobody to tell you when you've hit your peak, when you need to stop. You know, when you get to a good flow of things, you don't want nobody to tell you that you gotta stop. If you got some goals and some things that you're trying to hit, you're trying to make the money, you're trying to push strong because you got some things to take care of you and your family and maybe even some other people because you're trying to be blessed to be a blessing. You don't want nobody to try to tell you that, hey, you worked enough this week. You've got paid enough this week. We need you to go home because we don't need you to make no more money. You know, so so you don't want nobody putting no caps on you. So and that network marketing definitely, and as far as like you said, that leverage, that freedom that goes along with that leverage, because that leverage is that one thing that takes you out of the equation to where you can know that you're not a single point of failure anymore. I work in IT, and that's one thing that I definitely try to stay away from. That's what we try to stay away from a lot. You never want a single point of failure. You always want some redundancy set up. You always need some backup, some images, something else to kind of go on and fall back to. If things go down, you at least want to be able to restore it back to the point where it was running at when it was at its best or at its optimal proficiency. You know, you don't want to have to start all over from scratch. So when you got that leverage and stuff going on, then you can have those backups, you can have that redundancy, and you're not putting too much stress on one. You're not putting all that stress on yourself to where your system is going to break down and crash on you. So that network marketing allows you to do that. Is it better? By far. You know, but I'm not going to hog up too much of the time because I know we got another blurb on the panel. But hey, thank you for that, bringing us into that too, Mr. Sharif.
Got the Wiseman on here. That's what we need. I mean, we try to make sure that we're getting better. Forget the network marketing is better. We're trying to make sure that we're better as well. So Eric Worre goes in. He started going and he started looking into how to create the ultimate business or ultimate uh, perfect career list is what he called it. And he went all over and he was asking people the simple things like, what do you want? What do you want? And how good do you want it and stuff like that. And people, we know what we don't like about our 9 to 5 jobs. We know about the frustrations in network marketing. We know about frustrations in trying to get into a new career field or new marketing forms. But I want to skip ahead past all that inside the ebook to talk about the 5 categories. I know we're going to spend a lot of time on these 5 categories right here, buddy. He talked about 5 categories that jobs fall into. All jobs fall into 5 categories. If you don't have it, you better holler at it. You better get it. You better get your highlighter out. You better. Is that right? Yep. You better get right there. That's for you, Periscope. You better get that book open. The 5 categories: blue collar, white collar, sales, traditional business ownership, and investing. You heard Mr. Sharif said it. I'm gonna repeat it in case you didn't write that note down. The average millionaires, they average 14 streams of income. 14 millionaires average 14 streams of income. You heard Mr. D's talk about. You heard him talk about. You want redundancy set up that you're not putting strain on one certain area. That's your streams. Your different streams is your redundant practices to set up to flow going. Because guess what happens? Most of us job shut down, you shut down. A lot of rookie network marketers. I told you I'm not gonna go for the shiny ball syndrome, but I am going to get into some other things, and I'm gonna condense them, and they might equal up to 14. But for most people, they put all this energy into one program. That program disappeared. What happened to my money? What happened to this? Now you're short. Now you hurt, and now you don't go pursue that again. Brother Eugene, you see what he's after first. He's after something that won't dry up. Real estate never going to dry up because people going to always fight over land because land is limited resource that everybody needs. It's something that's not going to go anywhere. So blue collar, white collar sales, traditional business ownership, and investing, those are categories where you should have your hand in each and every last one of those. Either you're leveraging somebody in that category or you're doing something in that category that's going to keep your income and your wealth continuously rolling over, right? So first we attacked blue collar. He said blue collar careers, and he went into the Wikipedia definition. He said, Eric Worre said, a blue collar, he said, well, Wikipedia said, a blue collar worker is a member of a working class who performs manual labor. Your manual labor. What are you doing? What are you doing in that blue collar category? And he said it could be fix something, make something, clean something, build something, or service something or someone.
Or carry something.
Carry those air conditioners, children. Mr. Tariq is in the blue collar. He's in manual labor. But he's leveraging his manual labor on someone else, right?
Plus, I also have a restroom service contract that my business partner runs 100%. I just collect my part of it because I bought my way out of it. But again, that's a blue collar contract. That's where we went around. You go into the restrooms, you see those air fresheners. They have to be serviced by different companies. We had a franchise contract with that. Again, I hired young men to go around and do that out of both high school and college. Employed them, and I leveraged that. Now I decided to move out of it, so my partner is still running one of the contracts, and I leveraged that. And there's different ways to leverage it. The only way I leverage that is I just let him pay my insurance every year, so I don't have to pay liability insurance for my company. He pays that.
And then you could be the blue collar, or you could get other people to be the blue collar for you. You need to be off in that field. Guess we got the echo coming. I don't think it's you. Hello.
Yeah, you talking to me?
No, I was just checking to see where the echo was going. Let's see. Okay, all right. So we should be good now. So blue collar careers, manual labor. You need to find your way to be involved in it, whether it be hands-on or not. Right? Then he talked about white collar workers, and he said that's the people who perform profession. He said it says here the term white collar worker refers to a person who performs professional, managerial, or administrative work performed in an office or cubicle. Now, me, I will go crazy in a cubicle. Me personally, I will go crazy in a cubicle. But I need to find a way to be that professional overseer. And the way I look at it is maybe I need to buy a franchise but put somebody else in charge of it, right? I don't know. I don't know if that counts as the same. But you need to be the man. I'm thinking that's the managerial work. I know I can't operate in the cubicle, but as white collar jobs you can do outside the cubicle. Like I said, I would. That's why we're here on study hall. We trying to figure it out together. So let's see if the echo went away. Get the brothers to unmute. White collar careers, Mr. Reef.
So, um, Phil, I'm a high school science teacher. I don't know if that actually counts, but that might be blue collar today. but it's somewhere in between blue collar and white collar as a high school science teacher, you know. And
Use more that me froze.
so that's part of it. Then white collar careers are good from the point of view that it was quote unquote the safest job, and you could do it. But if you read in the book, what he says about white collar careers is that it's cutthroat, it's political, you know. And I have experienced that as far as the administrative part of education, you know. Unless you're willing to play the political game, then you may not move up in that field. So it's very political in the school system as far as who gets the quote unquote administrative positions, managerial positions, and a lot of times if you just want to do the right thing, you may not get that position. So, and he talks about the doers and or he called them the achievers. And the achievers were the people that put in the work, but because of them putting in the work, other people didn't want to see them succeed. And then you had the people that kind of just watch, or what did he call them? He didn't call them the watchers, but he had a term for them. But the way I look at it, those are the people that just show up to work every day, get their
The
paycheck.
hiders.
The what?
Hiders.
Yeah, the hiders. They just show up to work. You know, they show up, they punch in, they give the kids some book work, and they try not to not to be seen, not to be heard, just get through the day, collect their paycheck. You know, so that's what I've experienced in the white collar world of work.
Because I definitely tell people all the time, I didn't quit my job because of the children. I quit my job because I want to do stuff with my family, but also it was administrative stuff. It wasn't the actual teaching. It was the administrative stuff that came along with everything. Was I'm this title, you're that title, and it was like you don't know what you're talking about. But I always had to push against the system because we work in children generated business in the school system, but the people who was getting employee of the month didn't even see children. I'm like, where they do that at? Like, how they get employee of the month? They don't see a child at all. Like, no children work with them, but they the employee of the month. They get the. I was confused. I voiced my opinion a couple times. I'm like, and I got shut down a lot of times. I got pulled into the office a couple times because my voice was loud. That's probably why I'm talking on this stream right now.
I'm celebrating my 26 years as an educator, and I spent all 26 years in the classroom because every time I went to apply or get an administrative job, they wanted me to do things that I felt that were unethical, and I was like, I'd rather just work with the children.
Way to go, Mr. Sharif.
Right. You gotta stand up for something, man.
That's right.
And Mr. Reeve introduces to achievers and hiders. They talk about the politics in the workplace. That's something you gotta deal with when you're in that field as a white collar. And we go into sales now. That's Mr. Eugene. He's about the sales. It's like they not really not an employee for someone, but it's actually he's in the driven market of being in sales. Like you got to go do the research, you got to do the footwork, and then you sell. I mean, it says, where is it? The salesperson is paid on their production instead of by the hour. Brother Eugene, you trying to unmute to say something?
Man. But yeah, that's exactly what it is, man. And that's what I had always done, man. It was like when I did basketball and I was like, man, I have to wait on this person to pass me the ball. I hated it, man. I just really disliked it. And when I went into like cross country, long distance running, learning my body, and then like boxing, man, if somebody did something to me or if I failed, it was because of me. And I took that and went into sales and had that same approach. And I was just jumping out the gym, man. If I didn't close that sale, it was because of me and nobody else. And I can sleep good at night knowing that I closed the deal or did not close the deal, and it was because of my own result, not because somebody missed the game-winning shot or somebody didn't pass me the ball. Les Brown, he speaks about it's hard enough just changing and developing yourself to be changing and developing the next person. So sales is all about productivity. It doesn't matter if you have a master's degree or a high school diploma. It doesn't matter if you have seniority or if you're a person coming out of high school. It doesn't matter about your gender, religion, or anything. It's all about sales, all about results. Sold or be sold, like Grant Cardone. And I just learned that, man. They might have the little favoritism and all that politics, but guess what? If that person is not selling, you out the door, man. And I was working for Capital One. I don't if y'all remember when they went through their credit card bill of rights. Y'all remember that? Where they changed the interest rates. They had all them low interest rates like at 2.9, 4.9. Then they went up to 17.9.
Yeah,
And
I remember that.
yes, yeah, like Capital One, all of the major banks did it. Man, so many people look. They got them out the door, man. There was a lot of seniority people that was there, and I had just got there. I was only there for like 2 to 3 months when I was working for Capital One, and you seen a lot of tenure reps. They couldn't handle the pressure. They couldn't, and they got them out the door. So that's what I knew. It was made for me, man. I can't be no. I would not want to be anywhere else except sales. That's just me.
And I want ask Brother D to speak on another sales experience because he does it in a different way with with his company.
Yeah, yeah. Coming back into the sales within the network marketing realm, you know, it it does depend on your productivity, but I do love the fact that when it depends on your productivity, you know, also you get to go and when you're out there and you're doing and you're achieving, you actually be able to become the evidence for others. You actually be able to become the motivator for others. And so that way they understand that it's about your production, but when they understand it's about what they're producing, is about their production, you can actually be that example to show them exactly what they need to do to produce. So that way, that's when you apply the duplication factor for it. Because I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to show you what to do. Hey, so that's where you get to play the simple game of follow the leader in the sales realm. Hey, because and understanding some things about the sales, good salesmen know a lot of times there's just some of those people that you just cannot sell. Simply, you have to understand sometimes you cannot say the right thing to the wrong person, but you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. A lot of times when you got the right one, when you selling the right product to the right person, it's within the first couple of minutes probably of you even really talking to them, they may really know. They already have their mind kind of made to where they're going to kind of go, what they're going to kind of do. Okay, but but you get to show them the example of how to go about the things and help to get people out of their own way sometimes and do some of the other things that's going to allow folks to really be able to kind of see it. Because what you're able to show and demonstrate and teach other folks allows them to lift their productivity to where they can go out and they can produce. And when, for by example, for me doing it, I'm nobody special. I'm humble. I'm happy. I'm hungry. Hey, so give them the simple ingredients, show them how to make it up. Hey, then they can make their own favorite cake the way they want to. But hey, as long as they got those basic ingredients, as long as they got the basic ingredients, hey, they beating it up, they mixing it up, they putting in the work. They might have a different flavor cake, but at the end of the day, they be eating.
Yeah, right there. I mean, Eric Worre talk now we talk about what Eric Worre thought. We went on what the brothers were saying, and Eric Worre, when he talked about sales, he said it is a trap to the sales. It's a trap in the sales game, and that trap in the sales game is that guess what? You're gonna go through periods that you could sell anything and everything, and this money is through the roof. But then there's gonna be droughts as well, and when people adjust their lifestyle according to their up times, for when it's dry season, they fall harder than ever.
You got pushed to the burn.
So he was saying beware of that stuff. I mean, every day, if you're a salesperson and only a salesperson, every day you back on zero. Every single day you start back on zero. So the used car salesman, every single day he starts on zero when he walks in the door. The the real estate agent, every day they back on zero, no matter if they made 59,000 the day before. You can see it on look at HGTV. Every time they flip a house and all this other stuff, they back on zero because that money they're gonna use it to put on the next thing to make sure they could skim off enough to pay their bills and do everything else with it, right? So he says a challenge that you start on zero every day.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm glad you said that, man, because that's a nugget right there. That's a humbling nugget.
Because
definitely, definitely take that and
about
put
that
it up
success,
on a rainy day, huh?
no one cares about that success from yesterday. You still
Yeah.
got to win,
What you got for me today?
right? Nobody. You think the Warriors? You think they happy about their championship from last year? They in
No,
the
no.
fight this year. They said we fighting to get it again. We know
Right.
that don't count no more. We got our rings. They don't count no more. You know what I'm saying? So every day you gotta go out and get the W. Every single day, some kind of way, right?
Right. Man, you
So
know what? You know right. You know what? Right. Right, brother. And that's the mind frame that you have to have is like, I just won the championship, but that's yesterday, and I have to prepare for today and the future, and I have to always be striving for the best and don't accept anything less than that. So that's definitely a nugget right there, man.
I mean, if you listen to Brother D long enough, he'll tell you he tried to call he tried to get Grant Cardone said it too, but it's I can relate to it more the way Brother D said it because I know him personally. I mean, I get to see a lot of Grant Cardone. I get to listen to him a lot. Brother D said, "Guess what? I'm looking for those people who are going to tell me no." He said he's searching out those no's every single day because guess what? Enough people tell you no, somebody going to tell you yes, and that's
Yeah,
you.
yeah, I learned that. I definitely learned that. No, no, no. You get used to it, but it's always been a numbers game. It's always like that in everything that you do. So
That's
you
right.
might you might have a customer that tell you no a whole bunch of times, but you keep following up with them. they might see that you serious and
Mm.
close the deal too. So it's definitely them no's can lead to a yes too.
Oh yeah, but I love that what you just said. That hey, that follow up. We always say, the wise ones always say the fortune's in the follow up.
Whoever we quoting, that wise man,
Hey, look,
You got it. I picked up that nugget.
and that brings us to the next part in chapter one. I'm sure Mr. Sharif going to help us a lot on this. I mean, I run a traditional business, but Mr. Sharif ran multiple businesses of traditional business ownership, and it says some people opt in for the big dream. They build their own business. That's what we're entering the door of building our own businesses right now for ourselves. And you could be called boss, and you could call the shots. You could tell them high schoolers and college kids, "Hey, you lift up that air conditioner right there, not that one right there."
yeah. Hey,
Yeah, but you also can have them drop the air conditioner, and you become financially responsible for it. Or,
Absolutely.
or you can have a cleaning company and someone forget to empty a trash can and you lose the contract, and your payroll don't go down, and the accounting has to be done, and the insurance has to be paid, and the vehicle has to be maintained, and so a traditional business is a beautiful thing when it's running well, but it's a lot of work, and no one, well, no, let me rephrase that. I am not equipped to wear every single hat that you have to wear, and I have been gathering hats. Like I went through and did my own accounting course because I knew I had to have the accounting hat on. Then you had to have the managerial hat on because you have to be able to handle personnel. Then you have to have the legal hat on to a point, or at least know to talk to a legal person, so you have your right structure as far as your entity. Um, you have to be able to manage supplies, and that it's just so much to run a traditional business. And I don't care if it's a service business or I got supplies right now in my basement. My wife is looking at me like, when you gonna get these supplies out the house? Because you got to store them. You got to store your supplies that you use. It's just a lot. You got, I was in a great situation where I was starting to clear tens of $1,000s literally a month, and then I had a breakdown in the supply chain, and a breakdown in the person that I had putting in the invoices, and it just went bam, and it was gone, and I lost everything that I had invested up front. That's the other thing. When you're in a traditional business, you're going to invest money up front, and then that money comes back to you on the back end. So when payroll, you're paying up front, and then if something goes wrong with the contract, you're on the hook for that. So I learned a lot from a traditional business. Yes. Did I love it? At times when I was making money, oh yeah, I was making good money. And then at times I hated it, and it was long hours. So it's just like Eric Worre says, the traditional business is it's a great concept. And to be honest, Rich Dad Poor Dad, after reading that book, put me on that. I was like, I'm gonna open my own business. But you gotta be prepared for that. And I went to the school of hard knocks. And I maintain certain aspects of a traditional business because the benefits are great. But at the same time, I do a lot smarter and a lot on a much smaller scale. And I only use that as one stream of income and not the entire income. Okay, so that's my thoughts on that.
Brother Sharif told you, you gotta be a little bit, in all these five categories that Eric Worre covered in chapter one. You gotta have your hand in all of them. I mean, he went so far as to what do you say? He broke it down into steps. He said, step one, you're gonna use your life savings. Miss Sharif told you you're gonna pay it out front. You ain't paying it forward. You paying it up front. Step two, you're gonna take on more debt because you gotta get things in order. You gotta make sure things are running smooth. So you're gonna take on more debt. I know about that with the daycare. I had to before I had a child in here. I gotta buy all the equipment to pass inspection. If you don't have enough toys, if you don't have enough, they told me I couldn't open because I didn't have enough toys. Like they was like, you got all the educational material in the world. You don't have enough toys to open. What? I don't have enough toys. You don't have enough toys in this for this group of children, that group of children, that group of children, male, female. But you got all the educational stuff. I was like, but aren't we here to get education? What about who cares about the toys? So you need something for them. The exact quote from the Department of Education was this: for children, they need to be able to wander around aimlessly and do nothing but do like. I was like structure because I was teaching special education. I like structure. So hey, but I'm not going to dwell on it too much. Step three. Step three, it said now instead of focusing on what you're good at, you gotta go focus on everything. As Mr. Sharif told you, you gotta wear every hat there is, especially when you're the corporation of one. Every single hat. I gotta do the books, do the attendance, do the teaching. It's crazy on that learning curve. It gets crazy. Step four, you're gonna struggle because instead of now I have the benefit of it being as the daycare being in my house. Then my commute, I only gotta just roll down the steps pretty much. But guess what? Vacuuming every day, cleaning every day, cleaning that bathroom every day. I do not enjoy cleaning the bathroom every day. I don't enjoy washing the dishes every day. Because then it's not only the daycare stuff, but it's the home stuff, the home life stuff as well. That it consumes me. I'm down here. It's 12:07. I mean, my family upstairs sleeping right now. But this is something that's after we get off of here, I gotta spray down this table. I gotta spray down the chairs. I gotta set things up and get objectives ready for tomorrow. You gotta do all that stuff. It owns you. It consumes you. And step five, you're either gonna be successful or you're gonna fail. He said you either gonna quit or you're gonna excel because you're gonna come to a point that you need to do what you need to do to get better. I mean, I think I'm at that point now. I started 2012. It's 2016. I need my books to show a certain thing for when taxes come up. To either prevent me an audit or I need to prepare for an audit because it's on the way. It's on the way when they see the income levels.
I was audited twice.
Because they want to know. They want to know if the money going to your business account or your personal account. They want to know how you doing these things, how you managing it. They're going to come looking for you, and you got to come to the point that I know for me, while I'm here, while I'm studying, I need to increase my income level.
Yeah.
It's my
Hey,
desire and it's a necessity.
hey, they say the golden rule, and y'all can challenge this concept, but they have the sink or swim. You got to put it in like mastering what you're good at. And like I was reading a book, and I forget where I heard it from, but they took this picture and
The
the
wise,
concept, huh?
the wise man once photographed.
Yeah, the wise man. Yes, yeah, the wise man said. What the wise man said? He said, "What is your strength?" And he told him. The picture said fastball. He said, "Okay, I want you to concentrate, nothing but fastballs." And then the next season they went to the championship and they won because he mastered the art of his skill. And sink or swim right now, man. Like literally, Aaron. You know, I was working with you, and I was like, man, let me just concentrate on this. Let me concentrate on this. And I looked at it on that sink or swim concept, and Brother Daryl touches on it. And that's how I literally learned how to swim, man. I swear to God, me and my brother was racing on the other side of the pool. It was a 10-foot pool. We didn't know what it was. And when it came to sink or swim, that swimming kicked in, and that's how I learned, man. I learned how to swim to this day, but it came from me drowning. And Eric Thomas, he touches bases on it too. And he said when you drowning, you're not thinking about Facebook, you ain't thinking about women, you ain't thinking about nothing. You're thinking about swimming. So that's what it got to be about. And we will reap the fruits of our labor when we concentrate on that.
Hey, most definitely, man.
And I was 2 seconds, man. I want to enroll in this tax program. They got a real good deal on it. Mr. Wingo has a program right now, $1,500. You can drop. It's going up to $5,000 now. But you could drop like a $500 down payment and learn taxes. But then I'm like, damn, see, But it'll still be another revenue stream. But man, I gotta learn one concept and concentrate on that and master that. Because if not, then I'm gonna be on that shiny object syndrome.
Yeah, man. That's why I say I'm a master my lane. They made me the money my first year in internet marketing. I'm a master it, and I'm a get it to a certain level that hey, it's running on its own. I mean,
Yeah.
you talked about Eric Thomas. I reworded because he always said you gotta want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. Guess what, folks? If you can't tell from the stream, I'm a husky type dude. So I turned it to not that as bad as I want to breathe, it's as bad as I want to eat. Okay? I got hungry out here. I'm addicted to seafood, and seafood could be high end product. I need to increase my income because I looked at it, I was like, man, I spent a lot of money on seafood last year. All you can eat crabs Monday through Thursday and Monday and Wednesday at another location. They average about $30-something, like $30 to $40 per time. So instead of buying crabs every week, $10 or 20 or however much I could buy per dozen, I just limit myself to these all you can eat joints. I might do it once or twice out of the month instead of buying crabs in little spurts. And that definitely helped my budget. It helped my budget out when I looked at it on paper because I get to write that. I never would have thought of that if I wasn't writing stuff off for meals and entertainment on my budget for my business. I would have never noticed it. I was buying crab every time after I get out of church. I ride on one street. I see those crabs. I was like, I'm pulling over. I'm buying crabs, 2 dozen, 4 dozen a week. But now I'm on the discipline track that I don't gotta buy it out the store. I just go that one day get all you can eat crabs for $30-something. You gotta be hungry, as Les would say.
Yeah.
Eat as bad as you want to eat.
If I can just add the one good thing though, once you master one thing, that allows you to use that stream of income to develop the other streams of incomes, and that's generally what I do. Is I take from my contracts that I have, and I use that money to build my other streams of income. And the other thing I want to add is that I lost my train of thought, but I think that's a very valuable thing, getting good at one thing and building that one stream and then adding a second stream. Oh, that's what it was. The game Cash Flow. I don't know if you ever played it. Just for the people that are listening, I recommend that game, that you play it at least once a week, just to remind yourself of how to win, how to get out of the rat race. Because what that game does is the way you win is to set up passive income, which is the ultimate win. And the thing about it is that the more money you make once you get out of the rat race, the more money it's easier to make money. It's so easy to make money once you're out of the rat race. And that's why the rich get richer. They don't get richer because they're doing something so hard. They get richer because it's almost impossible not to. Once you learn what a good investment is, once you learn what a money making opportunity is, you just duplicate it over and over again, and the money stacks up. So
Because that's the thing, brother Sharif. People are not. They don't have their eyes open. They looking at it as entertainment, but they gave us a seat at the table. They got Shark Tank on TV for a reason.
yes, sir.
They got it. They showing us these people using their money, jumping into somebody else's business. That person, if it's a hero, as Lori would say, "Oh, this is a hero. Let me jump in there and give you this money." Mr. Wonderful is cutthroat, yes, but he's telling you, "I want my money to come back like this. I want this. I want royalties on that product in perpetuity, for the sole purpose of I want it. Oh, I'm gonna keep dealing. I'm gonna keep dealing and dealing and dealing." That's what he's doing.
Shark Tank is the real live cash flow. That's exactly what it is. They have a stream of income and they just develop another one. They see an opportunity and they take advantage of it. It's a real live cash flow.
And that's a good intro to what was the last one that Eric Worre talked about in chapter 1. He talked about the investor. That's the last category. Was you have to be an investor. Everyone's going to have to be an investor on some level, some way, shape, or form. If you plan on making it out that rat race, if you plan on winning in the money game, as Brother Daryl Muhammad would say, if you plan on doing that stuff, you got blue collar, white collar sales, traditional business ownership, and investing. That's what Shark Tank is showing us every single time. It's about how to be an investor. And guess what? Investing takes money.
Mm-hmm.
It takes money, but it takes consistency.
Yep. That's commitment and action. You sure right on that.
It takes consistency because I've just finished listening to the Automatic Millionaire again, and if you're a young person you pick up on this stream and you're listening, you're in the catbird seat because you can use the eighth wonder. You can use compound interest to your advantage, and you can consistently put 10% away in a good investment, and you will do wonders. You will do wonderful. So just think about that. But it takes consistency, it takes money, and it takes knowledge. And if you what Eric Worre talks about, the one issue with being an investor is that the learning curve is steep, and if you can't control that learning curve, you can make mistakes. So yes, it's a way to make money, most definitely, but you gotta have good advice or a good mentor, be consistent, and see have money, like Mr. Aaron said.
Right, because Eric Worre told you he had his stock. He had his stock all the way up to 7.5 million, and then he lost it all. Like he lost it all because he didn't the way he went about the thought process around it. So that's what we're trying to encourage people, and that's what I was telling you about. When my children turn 18, I want each of them to have $10,000 to start to propel themselves over into whatever it's going to be. If they want to just put the $10,000 away at a high yield interest thing until they turn 65, they're going to be they're going to have a big nest egg at 65 because they got longevity of time on their side. It's something that everybody don't start with that lump sum.
You want to know the most beautiful thing that I heard today from my 12-year-old daughter? I was talking to my daughter about a company that we're in, Bob. And she said, "Dad, what's this Bob that you're always talking about?" And I said, it's one of the ways your daddy makes money. And she said, "I want to get into Bob too." So the first thing I said, well, I'm going to need you to read Richest Man in Babylon, because you got to understand the principles. So I'm planting that seed over and over again to the point where she's starting to pick up on my language and understand I want to do that too because I want to have this when I get old. I want to have that when I get old. I'm like, well, you got to have the right principles. And we started reading that book together. And she said, yeah, because that'll tell me, what happened if I lose my money, how I can get it back. And so she's remembering the parables from when she was younger when we read the book together. And that's what we have to do with our children. We have to plant that seed and reinforce that seed, and then let them see us, as Brother Eugene said, taking the right action. Not just talking about it, but actually acting on it and making it part of our everyday life. So she hears me and my brother talking about that, and then so now it's becoming part of her life. So that brought a joy to my heart because that conversation is gonna always be with her as she goes through life.
Someone's out there. Yeah, man. I mean, my daughter,
What's up, man?
I'm not hiding it. I'm not hiding it from the children. You know what I'm saying? I go show them. If I go look for a building, they're gonna go. They're gonna go look too. I mean, that's the way. That's the way I'm trying to do things so they can understand what's going on. So where are we at? We're still talking about the investor, and he talked about how he had all those losses, but he had a big high time. And your money don't always come back when you invest. Your money don't always come back. It's something you gotta be aware of. Like we talk about the lottery ticket and being serious about business. Like it's not a lottery ticket, folks. When you're investing, it's gonna be good times and bad times, and you're gonna have good investments and bad investments. You gotta know when to cut bait. Mr. Reef.
Yes, sir.
So now this is the touchy subject right here. When we come to the end of chapter 1 of GoPro. Look, as you can see, we didn't really have to talk about specific businesses tonight. But when you come into it, he talks about the new economy. That I think this is one of the richest parts of chapter 1 is when he talked about the new economy, and he was talking about the world as you know it has changed. $1 billion company and so fast called Uber, right? You know about Uber. It's the riding platform where people will just boom, press a button on their phone, someone come pick them up and take them where they need to go. I drove for Lyft and Uber, and the new economy, that's what we're going into. Everybody gonna say it's the Uber of this, it's the Uber of that, because Uber and Lyft, I can tell you about both of their business models, and while one went to billions and the other one went to thousands, and now it's going to billions because they had to change it. They had to change the concept. Uber and Lyft started at the same time. Uber went on a route that in that same time period when Uber was at 18 million, Lyft was raising 600,000. Now, what having Uber hooked up with Care, what's that? Angie's List and all them other people. Like Uber hooked up with all those people with Google because they went and hooked up, got the Google Maps integration thing. They went and hooked up with all those people directly, and they got more money. And Uber went worldwide. They did ice cream trucks, taxi cabs, daycare providers. They did it all. Like Uber went above helicopters. They went above and beyond. While Lyft said, "Oh, we're going to do it like this, or we're going to open in these certain cities." Now, I enjoyed time with both of them, but what it touched on was that new economy. It said that you're going to be paid not by the hour anymore. That's real life right there. They already sneaking it in companies that pay you by the hour. I mean, Lyft. I was so excited when I started driving for Lyft, and so excited when I started driving for Uber because when they first came to Baltimore City, guess what? $20 an hour, $30 an hour, $45 an hour, just to be out there, not even getting no rides, just to be on the clock. People on the clock in their house, like Oh yeah, $45 an hour. I'm driving, but I'm in my house laying down, right? And what happens? We call that the floor. What happened? They took the floor away, and then it became on how many rides can you get paid, and it changed the dynamic of the company. Just like they go to certain school counties. Does Sharif know about this? They go to certain counties and school systems, school districts. What was your test scores on your standardized tests? Oh, y'all ranking top three in the world, top three in the nation. Here goes some more money for your teachers. Here goes some more money for other programs because your test scores was this high. Let's give you the money. Now your school is operating better with more comfortability. Your teachers are happier because they're getting paid more because they did better on the test. And that led to teachers, let me just teach these kids the test. Let me just teach them the test because we're getting incentives for doing good on the test. So the new economy is going to be performance based.
They were talking about on NPR today. She got a flat tire, but she wasn't a AAA member. But guess what? They got a Uber for flat tires now. So she called up, pulled up an app, bam. Oh, checked it out, $39. They tell you who's coming, what's their name, where they coming from, when they gonna get there. They pull up. Guess what AAA did? AAA said, hey, we're gonna do the same thing. We'll have a one-time service, and if you pay $18 more, you get the yearly service. Before, AAA wouldn't do that. It was 48 hours before you could get AAA, right? So you couldn't call AAA up when you got in trouble, sign up for AAA, and they would come. You know, you got to change your business model or perish. The other thing, not a lot of companies, they don't hire you as an employee anymore. They hire you as a self-contractor, a 1099, because 1099 they don't have to pay insurance. They don't have to pay 401k. They don't have to pay your taxes. They don't have those issues. So they 1099 you. You're a contractor. You pay everything out your pocket, and they pay you a straight fee, whatever it is. So it's definitely a new world, and our country has become a service country because of manufacturing has been moved out. So things are starting to come back because the rest of the world is like, hey, we want to be paid some money too, but it's still not like the United States yet. So it's definitely a new world. And again, but for a person like me, honestly, I like the new world because it lets me set up multiple streams of income. Because the new world says, if I want to today, I can drive Uber. If I want to today, I can move air conditioners. I can freelance myself, and I can see what the best income. I can invest over here. This is like a good investment. I can put some money in 401k here. So this new world for a person that embraces it, because the problem is most people don't like change, and you have to embrace that change. Who Moved the Cheese? Read that book, so that you can learn how to embrace change and go into that maze and don't be afraid. But if you embrace change, the new world is a great place. It actually lends itself to multiple streams, and it gives you control. You can hustle. You can do sales. You can do it all, or you could do nothing, and try to depend on the job. And look what happened. Michelle Wee came into D.C. from an educator's point of view. Came into D.C., changed the evaluation process. A lot of teachers lost their job. Michelle Wee's gone. She's gone. People are unemployed. Oh, you tenured. All she did is change the evaluation pattern. Tenure had no more was not as important anymore, or had no weight, and people are gone. So that job is the least secure way to make a living. And yes, I have a job, but at the same time, I have multiple streams of income, and I know any given day they can tell me that I'm not needed, so I don't live and die by that job. As a matter of fact, I took a day off to go work my business because I need to move some air conditioners. So, that's just the reality of it. And honestly, and I talked to my students about it. And I told them, I said, I made way more money moving air conditioners than I would have made sitting in here. And a job, they pay you what they're going to pay you. I can't make $1 more. I can't make $1 less. I don't have control.
So I've been thinking, where, I don't know, I got let's see. All right. So it's like, where else can I apply this to, and how can I beat somebody to the spot? Where else can I apply it? That's what's going to get someone to the next level. I already got some ideas in mind. I'm not saying I'm on a live stream, but I have the ideas in mind. Some of the brothers already know what it is. I just need to find a way to test the market with it, because performance based. People are looking to help them save time. People looking to help them save money. People want, like, we need more convenience, as that's the world that we living in. So if you can provide convenience for people, you want to get paid. You want to get paid hand over hand. I mean, look at Apple, look at Uber, look at Lyft, look at these companies. Google making all this money of this a search engine, or posing as a search engine. That's ridiculous.
But look at how they Google has took control of things by setting up things like Chromebooks.
Mm-hmm.
And saying, okay, we'll give you the Chromebook, but it only works on Wi-Fi, and it only works with Google Docs. And we'll give you the whole Google Doc platform, but you got to have Wi-Fi, and it's only on the Chromebook. I watched the battle in the schools. The schools at one point were giving out iPads in the district I work in, and Google and the one of the guys that owns Google actually graduated from that system, and he came in. He was like, "Nah, y'all not giving out no iPad. We giving out Chromebooks." They have not given out another iPad since. It's all about the Chromebook. Every year, kids more and more Chromebooks. Kids can rent a Chromebook for $30 a year. Chromebook. Everything's on Google Doc, YouTube. You can't get online on nothing in the school when tested, but YouTube work every time because Google got it on lock. Okay, so that company they forget search engine. Oh, the search engine that's just what they started with, but it's about controlling that entire world, and they control. That's why they setting up free Wi-Fi all over the world.
Yep.
Right
now, Google Hangout.
Exactly. Google Hangout.
It's all connected to make life easier. You know what I'm saying? And that leads us to Eric Worre's last part of network marketing is just better. I mean, we talked about Google. Guess what? He said more and more companies will choose network marketing to be their platform in the new economy. I mean, we heard it the other day from our friend, Brother Gerald Muhammad. He talked about find a product or service is in high demand. Whatever your product or service is, guess what? You have one. If you have one, you make it high demand because you're going to go seek out the people going to buy it. You seek out those people going to buy it, and then you add your own value to it to make yourself more attractive to get more and more. Because guess what? Network marketing. Most models of network marketing are unlimited income. Whatever you provide them, you're taking down. You'll hear as we talked about Shark Tank. We're talking about this book. Mr. Wonderful, favorite question: how much is your cost of acquisition per customer? Companies are getting better at this. They're getting better at it because they're using the word of mouth. They making you go do it so you can get paid or not get paid, but bring them the customer so they don't have to pay for the acquisition and education of another customer. They make you the mouthpiece.
That's the key and that's the thing that And he talks about you're going to lose all your friends and people going to think you're crazy. But that's the key when it comes to network marketing. And I don't understand is this. People will go to a movie, come back, and tell everybody they know how good or bad the movie was. And they have just become the mouthpiece for that movie. The best advertising, better than any trailer, is the person that you trust their opinion of something. Okay? People will go to a store and say, hey, they having a sale, and everybody rush to that store. People will do anything for a referral, for a gift card. Now, those same people, when you give them a product that they like, they will A, buy it from you, and B, they won't go and refer it themselves because it's network marketing. And I'm like, are you serious? You are the ultimate network marketer for someone that's not giving you $1. I got a great friend, my man. I told him you need to develop multiple streams of income. He went into the insurance business, great business, needed business. But here's the thing. The first thing he tells me, yeah, they say, if I get together 2 or 3 guys and I bring them on and I form a team, then I can become a manager. Well, guess what? That's network marketing. I'll get a percentage of what they make. That's network marketing. But when I say, hey, let's go get this money. I found this product. Oh, I don't do network marketing. I'm like, okay. And I don't understand. But Eric Worre said it best. He said, you got to just fight through that and understand that it's not for everybody. Everybody's not going to understand it. But everybody's a network marketer. Everybody's a network marketer. Everybody's
That's why we started here, Mr. Sharif. That's why we started with this. No matter who you are, no matter what you're involved with, you need this because you're going to have to interact with people one day in your life. It's not an option. Interacting with people, networking with people, learning people, it's not an option, folks. Not an option whatsoever. So what if you outcast because you talking about network marketing companies? Eventually, everybody's going to catch on. They're going to see it. They're going to understand that there will be no life without network marketing because every company is going to go there. Not just a used car salesman. Everybody's going to be a used car salesman sooner or later. Everybody's going to be one based off the fact that you're going to need it in order to get paid. You're going to need to do whatever for that company to get paid, performance-wise. Everybody's going to have to learn how to perform. In order to perform at your peak, it's going to take more than just you. You're going to need to network with somebody else. So why not be a professional networker? Forget network marketing. You got to be a professional at networking. So let's get ready to wrap this thing up, folks. Let's see if anybody got some closing statements before we say goodbye.
Just want to thank you for this opportunity, for the platform. Appreciate you always taking the lead on setting up the proper platform. I love this study hall. Got me reading books and listening again. I got to focus. I got to know what's in the book. So I appreciate that and look forward to the next one. This is Hamid Sharif from Dream to Reality Academy, where we educate, execute, and earn. Good night and good evening.
Brother Eugene?
Yeah, I'm fortunate to be on the platform as well and just working on my personal development and taking it to the next level. And I would just like to let everybody know that you are your biggest asset. So definitely take care of your health and everything else will fall into place. So definitely make sure that you put in the right cardio, stretching, eating the right foods, quality water, and it'll all go into hand. So your health is your biggest asset, and that'll get you through everything. So, all right, I'm out. Peace. I don't have no wise closing end statement like the brother over there, but next time I'll probably come with some wise words. But like Darren Muhammad says, see you at the top, not from the top. All right, Aaron, check you out,
Yeah,
man.
that's right. I mean, it's part of the game, folks. That's gonna be your network marketing. That's gonna be your networking assignment there, bro. Eugene, is you gonna be getting on these streams telling everybody how you wholesaling. That's
Yeah, man, I can't wait. I can't wait, man. Woo. Man, I got one in the
you
pipeline and a
you
thousand more
already
to
said
go,
it.
man. 1,000 more to go.
You already said it. Isn't ain't no waiting. You document what you're doing right now to get to your first one. You gonna document it when you at your 100th one, and you gonna come up with your phrase, your wholesaling phrase that people gonna know. They're gonna know Eugene Alexander, the
Mm.
wholesaler in Texas.
Yep.
That's gonna also be wholesaling all over the world virtually because you're gonna have a saying like this. I'm Mr. Aaron from the House of Aaron. I'm one of your middle class millionaires. I thank you all for coming out. And I say be consistent. I say be confident, be fruitful, and multiply. That when you start, you don't stop. You got to be consistent until you achieve your goals. Good night, good morning. We thank you all for being on here, and we see you on the next stream.